So this guy made a video debunking my Sakura video. I will not mention his name. I did have a chat with him before in the comment section, and he wasn't too rude, so I remained respectful. But with this 1 hour video, I'll have to address it. But I'll try to be as nice as possible. Again, I won't be talking about it much, I'll only address it. First off, the guy literally has a channel defending Sakura's obsession over Sasuke, and having a freaking Jump Force Sakura mod? Who the hell does that? But what irritated me the most is him saying, read the manga. Boy, I've read the manga possibly more times than you wipe your ass a week. That is assuming you take shits that often, cause the way I see it, you spit it out. Imagine having 1,200 subs and getting your panties in a twist because of a guy who has, then, 42 subs. I'll try my best not to talk about this idiot. He's only worth a minute of my video, and that's being generous. Speaking of which, I got 50 subs now. There ain't gonna be no cheesy thank you shite. You probably already know I'm thankful. Alright, it's turning into a cheesy thank you shite. But now that the garbage's been disposed of, let's get right into it. Today I'll be talking about the third Hokage Hiruzen and why he's underrated. I'll start from the time when he became Hokage. This is just Shazam super calculation abilities. Might not be too accurate, but about Shazam. So he was 69 years old when Jiraiya was like 50. That means he's 19 years older than the Sannin, so when they were 12 in the flashbacks, he was 31. Tsunade was about 4 or 5 years old when Hashirama died. Again, I'm just speculating, so add to that a year or two, cause I think Tobirama didn't get to rule that long. So going by my superior calculations, he was in his mid-20s, about 25 or 26. Damn it, I thought he was younger. Would have been easier to rank him. With all seriousness though, he became Hokage in his mid-20s. In the data book, he's stated to have surpassed the second Hokage at a young age. Note that Tobirama at a young age was as strong, if not stronger than Izuna, who was as strong as Madara, who was able to kill adult Senjus as a kid. By the way, Izuna was as powerful as MS Madara, not the Madara. So yeah, Hiruzen in his prime is far above MS Madara and probably EMS level, but don't take my word for it, this opinion is based on no research, just speculation. Could use all 5 basic nature transformations along with Yin and Yang release. He was also known as the god of Shinobi and the Professor, given the fact that he learned every technique invented in the Hidden Leaf, and in the 4th data book, it is also said that he mastered all the secret techniques as well. Secret techniques are non-Kekkei Genkai techniques, by the way, for specific clans like the Nara clan, Akamichi clan. One might argue that he can't use the Flying Raijin or Edo Tensei, but is it too far of a stretch to believe he couldn't just because he never used them? I mean, Guy knew he could use the 8th gate, he never used it before, I'm pretty sure of that. Minato knew he could use the Reaper Death Seal. Did they use it before? I don't think so. It's just the fact that he never wanted to use it. I mean, it's the Edo Tensei, it requires a living sacrifice. What about the Flying Raijin? Well, how unlikely is it that Tobirama never mentioned it to his direct student? I'd say very unlikely. And then we have Minato, who knew about it. I mean, where did he get it from? Who told him about it? It was invented like 2 generations before his. And you're telling me nobody could use it, let alone master it? And this, yeah, nobody mastered it, but you get the point. After all, even Minato's guards knew how to use it in a group. Maybe Hiruzen could use it, but it doesn't go with his fighting style, or he's not very good at it, like it takes so much chakra, I believe. My point is that him being able to use every technique originated from Konoha isn't too far of a stretch. He was also known for being the strongest Kage of his time when Onoki was Tsuchikage and also Raikage A, and that was him at the age of 69. He has access to summoning Enma, a monkey summoning who could turn into a staff. While it's dumb, I know, but it's not to be taken lightly. This staff is said to be unbreakable and could reshape itself into a cage for the enemy. So yeah. Aside from that, Enma could extend his limbs out of the staff. I don't use the databook stats, like the numbered stats, as a definite proof of power, but I'll just mention his stats to show how much of a beast this guy is. The numbers I'll mention in a bit are out of 5. So it goes like this: Ninjutsu 5, Taijutsu 5, Genjutsu 5, Intelligence 5, Strength 3, Speed 3, Stamina 3, Hand Seals 5. And that's old Hiruzen. Imagine him in his prime. Boy, I sure hope he wasn't that short. He's like 163 centimeters tall, by the way. During Orochimaru's invasion, Hiruzen was forced to fight Orochimaru, someone he didn't want to fight despite having the chance to kill him even before then. Not only that, but he was also forced to fight the first and second Hokage, his predecessors, making it much harder for him to deal with them, as he doesn't want to fight them. Keep in mind that he's old too. For the whole fight, he was fighting defensively, and even Enma noted that it wasn't like him to fight so defensively. And he was even too old to make shadow clones. While the Edo Tensei was nowhere near perfect, even 30% of Hashirama's power would be enough to obliterate an army, as his chakra is larger than Biju mode Naruto, and Hiruzen still took both him, Tobirama, and Orochimaru at the same time and successfully defended the village, despite the massive disadvantage he was at. You ever hear Orochimaru talking about how he'd lose? No, never. But he did admit he would lose had Hiruzen been 10 years younger. During the war arc when Tobirama and Minato were struggling to get Naruto off the God Tree, the hero and the best water style user failed to get him out, and then with Enma, Hiruzen was able to pull Naruto out immediately. But that's not all. When Guru was using the several hundred hands, he prevented the entire alliance, or what's left of it, from getting past it. All the current 5 Kage along with Sakura, who was powered by a Kyuubi cloak, could do nothing in its face. Then comes Hiruzen with 4 shadow clones and used 5 attacks with different natures simultaneously and as powerful as Guru's attack to counter it, and that's exactly what he did. Now I know Hiruzen screwed up here and there and sometimes it was bad, but honestly that's purely attributed to how gentle and how tolerant he was. While I believe he wasn't a good Hokage as in having a position of power, I believe he was the best Hokage for the kids of the village to look up to. And he was a good role model for everyone, except maybe his 3 students. One turned out to be an alcoholic and a gambling addict, the other is a pervert, and the last was a psychopath. Hiruzen is simply underrated because we never got to see much of him. And when we did, he was always at a disadvantage and old. Apply the former in Jiraiya's case. But anyway, that's it for this video guys. Thank you again for 50 subs. Hope you enjoyed and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.